Could you give a little bit more overview of how Hub operates? What's so special about ICP Hub in general, and then maybe we can lean towards like collaborations with different hubs.
So ICP Hub is a different program. In a sense, it's almost all the blockchains. If you can leave few, but operate from Zurich, US, and other parts of the world. Now they don't know the ground reality of India, the demographics of India. The demographics, education system, everything is very different in India as compared to the west side of the world. Now, if we want to expand in India, we need to have a regional strategy and a complete autonomy, to change the rules and set the new rules for India. That is more suitable for them, right? So as to do it, so with ICP hubs, we have complete autonomy, we have complete power to do so. This is something which differentiates this program than any other program in Web3 or Web2, I would say. Because this particularly creates it more local, it adds a regional flavor, it caters to the regional problems, the problems facing by students and stuff like that. For example, a lot of people in West use Mac as their primary device, right? But in India, people use Windows. So it can be more formalized that our learning sessions and everything, our tutorials, our boot camps are Windows based rather than Mac based, because a wider audience is on the Windows. Right. So all of these things can be done, when you have autonomy. So big thanks to ICP that they have given us the complete freedom to design it according to our needs, our problems and our resources, which differentiates this program than any other program in this space.
Which reminds me of a question that I've been asked a lot in this past 2 days is, you guys are here, ICP, DFINITY at IBW, what's your plan? Do you see India as a market? Do you see a potential? And my response is, we don't see India as a market, we see India as people.
Yep.
And there's a lot of smart folks that we just like to be together with.
Yeah, so we have a lot of smart folks. A lot of them are sitting in this room. The collective IQ of this room is very high, way higher than mine. So that's the case. We have a lot of folks from IITs and NITs sitting here. They traveled all through night just to present for the demo day. They have this hunger. They have the IQ, they have the capabilities, they have the hunger. So combining these three are the most important aspects of an entrepreneur, right? So I believe that we can produce, even if I have to be very realistic about it, it can be like thousands of entrepreneurs coming out of the Indian ecosystem itself, and which can literally spam the whole Web3 ecosystem. Wherever you'll go, you'll just find Indian faces everywhere. So that's the potential that we have.
Amazing, amazing. And then there's two more things that I had in mind is, like when the projects MVPs that you mentioned, right? When incubation, much anticipated stage of them starts, and then when they go to acceleration, how do you see this hub system helping them out to get reach globally and grow?
So, Clement, as I've already told you, I have 8 years of experience in this space, and so over the time you develop a network which can be leveraged by the startup. So we have a good network. It can be a network of service providers, can be a network of VCs, it can be a network of angels, mentors. So we have all of this ecosystem in place, right? If you need a tech mentor, we got you. If you need a marketing mentor, we got you. If you want your project to be listed on an exchange, we got you. If you need VCs for your project, we got you, because we have access to like $200 million of liquidity that wants to come into India. Right, so they are looking for good project. $200 million is like, even if you deploy 2 million per project, then also you can incubate 100 projects. Right, it's a huge number. So we have all of this liquidity waiting on the sideline that wants to come into India, and we have like a group of technical mentors who can help people with the technical problems. We have group of marketing mentors that can help. I'm in touch with almost 100 creators who can give you visibility, who can take you to the audience, right? We have started our own creator incubator. That is, we are incubating new creators who wants to teach and who wants to educate the masses about Web3 via digital media. So we are incubating them. So we have access to all of these things, which is very vital when they want to accelerate. So that's where our role comes in. So students just have to come in with an idea, with the hunger, with the energy that they want to build something, they want to change the world, and the rest of the things can be taken care of by us, and we'll be there to support them 100%.
Awesome. So the leading question then is, I might be a little bit biased, but then I would appreciate your take on it as you're interacting with developers 24/7. Is it or it's not that we are just, here's the documentation, here's a little bit of a, here's a little bit of developer grant, and you figure it out. Do we do that, or we have a totally holistic approach?
So the idea here is developer grant is one of the best things that we have, right? Because that gives the initial support, monetary support to the project so that they can sustain themselves, they can hire resources, they can get whatever they want at the initial stage. But again, apart from...
But it's not all.
It's not all. So it's just one part of the puzzle. The other part is the technical support, marketing support, as I've already spoken about it, right? And the mentorship, because the ideas that come to you are mostly not refined, right? Because these are students or first-time entrepreneurs coming into Web3 space, right? So you need to guide them that what will work, you know, what VCs will like, you know, what is the, what is the atmosphere of the Web3 ecosystem, what's hot in the industry. You have to give them all this information and all this mentorship so that they can excel at their work.
Last question that I have, and maybe you can share more after, is where do you see ICP HUB India be in 1 year?
I believe we'll take over the Web3 space. Just kidding. But the idea here is, I believe that we'll touch base upon at least 50,000 developers, 1,000 projects live, you know, on maybe in the acceleration stage.
That's a crazy scale.
I believe these numbers are more realistic, not optimistic. So these are the pessimistic numbers from my side. Right? So that's the idea. And we have the power with us, and we have all the ideas and, you know, game plan to execute all this at scale, right? So definitely. But we need to be focused. You know, I'm not moving out of India for next 10 years. I want to be here. I want to build in India. I want to build the Indian ecosystem and make it one of the best, right? So we are not competing within ourselves. We are competing with the rest of the world. And I believe we are more than capable to lead this Web3 rally. That the most successful startups, the most innovative startups, and the biggest problem solvers has come out of India. That's my belief, you know, starting out Cruiseware. So
awesome, which seems like a little bit of meta, because what you say is doubles down and resonates with what I heard Sandeep was saying in the main stage yesterday, that there's a lot of smart folks in India and startups, but they have focused a little bit on domestic market, and they don't break the bubble and reach global markets, right? And in that case, they need support with how to position, how to shape the product, and so on. And what you're saying seems to be
100%. Because I worked with Sandeep like in his early days, like when Polygon was not Polygon, it was Matic Network. So I was part of Matic Network at that point of time. You know, we did a couple of projects together, me and Sandeep. So I know him, and I know how fierce as an entrepreneur he is. He looks calm on the face, but he's very fierce as an entrepreneur. And what separates is that because he has hunger. Like, he came from a very small town from India, not from the metros of India, and like he took over the Web3 space, and you know, with his innovation and solving the gas problem on Ethereum network. So Indians, and he was very focused that I want to solve it for India. I want my first developers from India. I need to run my first cohort in India, first hackathon in India. So we have to be very India focused at this point of time, because India is a huge market, and only the people who knows the market can tap it. You know, it's not something like that. Someone from US will fly down and will be able to tap the market. So these entrepreneurs who are sitting in the audience knows the market by heart. They know what market needs, how market operates, and they can definitely, they are more well placed to tap this market than anybody else. So that's what they are doing, I believe.
Absolutely. Awesome. And then maybe to close it off, what's your word to the audience, to the smart folks? how can they be a part of it, or what could they learn and get in touch?
Guys, if you want to learn anything, if you want to get into Web3, right? Starting from what is Web3, how blockchain works, how to develop on Rust, how to develop at all, right? How to deploy your projects on ICP, we are here. We are here to help you with hackathons, ideathons, if the project you are building. We are here to everybody, and I expect each one of you should recommend at least 20 projects to us, so that next time we are sitting here, we're not discussing 650 projects, but 6,500 projects at least. So recommend 20 projects each, and I'm counting on to you. Thank you.
Awesome. Seems like we still have a little bit of time. So then, what do you see? Let's go back to the basics of a little bit of comparison, ICP, because you've been in the space for long enough. Yet somehow you've been buddies with Sandeep and all. What excited you about ICP specifically, and like from the tech stack perspective, and what's your take on it?
So, when I used to have, we used to discuss a lot of problems in Web3, Nishal mentored me basically, founder of AzirX, now running Shadium. So he mentored me in my initial days, like when I was starting up in Web3. And we used to discuss a lot of problems. So one of the problems was the gas fee model, for example, that, a Web3 cannot have the smooth user experience, because every time user clicks on something, he has to pay gas fees for it. So one of my college seniors, Aniket Jindal, solved that problem, and his startup name is Bioeconomy. So he's my college senior, and we used to discuss about this problem. When I came to ICP, the first thing they told me that we have something called reverse gas model into our protocol itself. And I was amazed, wow, this problem is solved. And we have been discussing this problem for 3 years. Right, and then maybe subnets, right? How to start your blockchain. So subnet became cool very lately, but ICP had subnets like from the very beginning. The technology itself excites me the most, right? That you have endless possibilities to do it. Internet identity, right? We are talking about the identities in Web3 space now, but we have been using internet identity, and the experience is seamless. You don't need MetaMask, don't need any, extensions or Chrome extensions or something like that just to run your Web3 software. You can run it on any device if you have internet identity with you. So when I used the platform, our L1, and, I explored it, and I was blown away, and still today I get blown away with the new innovation whenever I go to an R&D call or a global meet calls, and I get blown away with the technology, that what all the problems that we were discussing about the seamless experience that we can get in Web3, as we have as we have experienced in Web2, can be onboarded with ICP with all these technical innovations that we have done over the years. So huge shout out to all the R&D crew and the work they have done. They have created a marvel. It's our duty to take this marvel to the world, I believe.
Awesome. Then a little bit of question to you, because you understand the space and talent and opportunities here better. I'm curious to ask you, how does that match with segments of Web3 space, right? So as you're shooting for 1,000 projects, what do you see the spread of their attention being? Is it metaverse? Is it gamify? Is it NFTs? Is it multi-chain DeFi? What would that be?
So,
your gut feeling.
What I can say is India is a huge market. So you have people from south, you have people from north, you have people from east part of the country, and these are like very diverse populations. So we don't have one kind of technology that's emerging, but I've seen a lot of SocialFi projects. I've seen a lot of DeFi projects coming out of India. GameFi is very hot in India because we're a lot of gamers, and internet has penetrated a lot. So their inclination towards gaming has led to GameFi, or social media everybody is using, and India is a very social country in general, right? So people will greet you on road even if you're walking. So SocialFi is something that we Indians love. So we have a lot of SocialFi ideas, but But yeah, some of them are working on the core technologies like solving real-time problems, like bringing real-world assets on blockchain, or working in the ZK space and solving the entities problem, or so one guy was solving this wallet which has asset duality, so that you can use same asset on two chains parallelly. So people are solving these problems as well, but yeah, mainly these things.
Awesome. And then if we were to get a reality check and be a little bit of a not only Web3 for the sake of doing Web3, but also applying Web3 in real life, right? So what are the potential synergies that you see with local institutions, with the more established and more traditional businesses or organizations?
So we work with government of Himachal. Himachal is one of the states of India, and we demonstrated how metaverse can be used for the education part, and it was a great event. A lot of bureaucrats and ministers attended that event, and they really liked the idea that this can change the future of education. We did another event at Matachin Pune, where there are long queues, like 1 million people visit that temple every month. So you can feel at how much influx they have. So we demonstrated there that you can have virtual darshan. That is something like, if you want to see, when to visit the pilgrimage, you don't have to go all the way there. You can just wear your VR glasses and you do it. Deputy CM of the state, that is the second most powerful position in the Senate. It's like vice president or president of the state, right? He came to say it, and he really liked the idea. He appreciated ICP and its technology for the solution that we built. So that was another thing. We're working with government of Punjab to bring their health records. That is health ID. For example, if you're a government employee, every time you want to take a leave, you have to submit a medical certificate that, okay, I'm ill and I want leave for this to this time. So we are bringing those certificates on chain on ICP, and they are very excited. So that project is in consideration. We are bringing the police records, on blockchain, so that you cannot tamper them in future. So all of these things are going, and they are very excited to do this. This is on the government side. I can go about for the corporate side, but we are short on time.
Awesome. Appreciate your time. It was really good exchange. I learned something. Thank you.
Thank you, Clement. It's always lovely to talk to you.